Hi guys, welcome back to Worth the Spin. I am your fill-in host for this episode, Jack. Hope you enjoyed my past videos. Hope you will enjoy this video. So everybody is talking and done their reviews and stuff on the Beatles mono reissues. So I figure I might as well throw my hat in the ring. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot it. Anyway, we'll just go ahead with it. So I'm going to compare kind of with my original mono copies. So we're just going to do the first two today. By the way, happy Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas, unless you're on the other side of the world, and it may be Christmas already. Either way, happy Christmas. War is over, if you want it. All right. So we're going to talk about Meet the Beatles, and we're going to talk about the Beatles' second album. So I was going to get, and I did, the expensive deluxe box set that included the Beatles story. But when it came, I sent it back because I was like, this is silly. This is a lot of money for what this is. You own these albums. They may not be, 100% brand new like what's in this box and stuff, but still they sound perfectly good. And I don't know if I was going to even open it and really listen to them. So I figured I would send it back and have a better chance if I buy the album singly that I will open them and listen to them than I do from a big box set. The only difference, in case you don't know for some reason, in the box set you get the Beatles story. Whereas the Beatles story is not being sold separately like the rest of the albums are. You're not missing anything. You can look at it probably on YouTube. Beatles story is it's a good listen for once in your lifetime, and then you're good after that. So, Meet the Beatles. This is my second pressing. I don't have a first, so comparing it's going to be a little bit off, but this is my second pressing. It's a really good cover for its age. There's just a little bit of fading done to it. There's no splits or nothing like that. You can read the spine really well. The album itself is in really good condition. It's got a shine, but you can get these things to shine up easily, and they could be just the most horrible sounding things ever. So quite a few surface scratchings going on there, but they're just light. They're the kind from back then when people would just set albums on a table or stack them on top of one another or whatever, and they easily got scratched. But none of the scratches are deep enough to cause any issues. So we're going to try and compare this with this new release the best we can, given that this new release is a exact copy of the original first pressing, and mine again is a second pressing. So for the most part, the covers are pretty much the same. It's a little bit darker of a blue on this one, and that's only on this because I got the Target exclusive. If you get the regular Meet the Beatles, then you don't have this dark of a hue going on here. And you also you'll get a black vinyl and not the blue vinyl. Myself, I preferred black vinyl. I think colored vinyl doesn't sound as good as black vinyl does. But that's just my opinion. Most records these days are colored vinyl, so you don't have a lot of options as far as if you're not a colored vinyl fan. You're kind of going to get stuck with some colored vinyl somewhere. All right, let's take a look at the contents. I apologize. I'm still working on getting over a cold. So my second pressing came in this snazzy blue-ish sleeve, and that's all I got with it. I did get a record. It wasn't just a sleeve; it was a record too. Just make that clear. And sounds perfectly good. There's a little bit of crackle to it. No jumps, no skips, no hang-up spots, nothing like that. Given its age, I can't complain. I think it sounds pretty damn good. Then we go to the Target exclusive 2014 remaster. It's got a little bit darker, the blue right here, but that's because it's a Target thing. Whereas if you get this in the store, this is not this dark. It's a lot lighter. And the vinyl again is blue. And as far as the story, I've heard people, you could pass this off, pass the remaster monos off as originals, and you really can't. Because if you'll look on this label, look here to the left or the right, and you don't see a number floating around out in the middle there. Let me get this put up and I'll show you on my remaster. Don't want to get any more scratch. So always take the time to carefully place your albums back into their protective sleeves. On this one, you can see there's that long number right there beside it. Plus, I would think enough of these has sold, and it's big enough news that people that own used record stores are going to be able to just look at it right away and say, yeah, this is not an original. I'm not stupid, dude. I've heard people have been getting away with that, but I feel sorry for record stores that buy into that. So, again, everything is pretty much exact other than the darker blue hue right there. And, of course, you know, barcode and the Target sticker. Inside, you get the first pressing. It's supposed to be blue. It looks more like a purplish sleeve, which is a very nice reproduction. And you also get a copy of the original master tape case that the album was in. It's neat. It's got some neat little things on here. It's nothing great or fantastic on there. Inside gives us some history on the Beatles and Meet the Beatles. And on the back gives us this info here. Alright, so this is pretty cool. I read over it. Nothing on there that I didn't really know or that changed my life in any way. So it's cool. The album sounds good. It's nice to hear it. These songs on a brand new vinyl. It doesn't have any crackle to it or anything like that. But otherwise, to me, it's pretty much the same as listening to my original Meet the Beatles. Like I said, again, it just doesn't have a little bit of crackle that this album does otherwise. It's not a lot of difference to it as far as sound. It's excellent. You can't go wrong buying either one of these albums. Me, given a choice, I would go with original. Because I like to own the originals. Well, if you're someone who doesn't want to do the searching for a decent copy and a little bit of crackle does bother you, there you go, $25. You can pick that up. I think Target probably still has some need. My Target only got like 5 in, and I had to ask for it. And he came out and gave me one that was all like bent up on the corners and stuff like that. And I'm like, can I get another one? He goes, I brought that one. What's wrong with that? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll take it. And then I just left it on the shelf and came back when I got off work and asked another worker if he could get it for me because it still wasn't on the shelf hours later. And he brought me a nice mint copy out. So you're going to be paying, if you find a nice copy of the original somewhere out in the wild, you're going to be paying for a nice copy like the one I got here. It's going to cost you $20, $25. So if you get the new remaster, you know what this is going to cost you? 25, 30 bucks. You know what I'm going to tell you to get? The original release. Because I'm an original release kind of guy. I like owning the original copy of something versus something that came out later on that's a remaster or, whatever of it. I just prefer the original. So, Meet the Beatles. Is that worth your money? It is. Worth the spend. It certainly is. This is the Beatles we're talking about. It's their first release in America, though not in the UK, but it is their first in America. And you got to get it. You got to get it, for nothing else, because of the nostalgia end of it. And if you don't want to buy all of them, buy just Meet the Beatles. That would be nice to have. Just to have this, put it on the wall if you don't want to listen to it. Put it in the front and put it on the wall. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to listen to it, though. So this is good. Now let's go to the Beatles' second album. And this would be my original mono copy here. First pressing on this one. Record looks really good. I mean, it looks a lot better than Meet the Beatles does. Whole lot less. You can't really tell. Surface scratching going on there. Very little crackle. No skips. No jumps. None of that stuff like that. So a little bit of crackle doesn't bother me at all. Cover's in great shape, given its age. No splits on the seams. No rips, no tears, no tape. Nobody's name written across there. I hate when people do that. Stop writing your name on records. Something you don't really see much anymore. But I never understood writing your name on a record. Don't loan it out, man. You know, it's not like somebody can come in your house and stick it in their pocket. These things are big. Who's going to walk out of your house with this record? I mean, come on. Stop putting your name on stuff. Jeez. Sorry. So, this is the 2014 reissue model. So again, the cover's all exactly the same. There's nothing really different. They've done an excellent job on these. They look great. And so if you want to listen to them and listen to them about the search and the crackle and whatever else, and you just want to hear a nice clean copy, just slap down 20-25 bucks for these and be done with it. I forgot to show you my insert, but it's the blue insert, and this is the bluish, it's a little purple insert. And again, we have, that's just the sleeve of the record key, man. I put them in my own sleeves. I'm going to put them in those. We have the reproduction of the tape box that has info for you on there. Info on the inside. Nice little read on the Beatles and on the Beatles' second album. The history of it and whatnot. Same with there. And something I didn't know way back in 1964. They had Post-it notes. Look at that. I was told this is an exact copy of the tape box that the original masters were in. They had Post-it notes in 64. Who would have known? I don't remember using those things till way, way later, but there you have it. There you are. A little history lesson for you. Post-it notes in 1964. Alright, so this one is just the regular release. I've seen no colored vinyls on this one. Everybody's doing colored vinyl something. And again, we have this number right here. Helps keep anybody from clowning around and trying to pass it off as an original. Alright, so again, sound quality is really good on this, but sound quality, if you do a little searching, you get you a nice original first pressing that has really nice sound quality. Again, I'm kind of a original pressing kind of guy, so I like the original pressings better. It's the history, man. It's the history. Somebody waited outside a record store for them to open, to be one of the first people to listen to this. And his friends was waiting for him to call and say, hey, I just got home and I got the Beatles' second album. So they could run over and have a big listening to a party. And I used to do that sometimes with my big one friend that I had. And, you know, it's pretty cool. So it's the history behind it that makes it worth it to me. So that's what I like the original pressings, just because of the history behind it. Is this worth your money? Is it worth your spend? It certainly is. Again, like to meet the Beatles, you get with a little work, you get a nice copy. It's not all messed up. The record plays really good. It's not all scratched up, messed up for probably about 20-25 bucks. You have to do a little searching. American records were made cheap, so the covers, you know, fell apart real easy, but you do a little looking, it's out there. Remaster if you prefer that, so it's 100% no crackle and no Bob's name written across it or anything else like that. This is going to cost you about 25-30 bucks. So, sound quality is good. It is nice to hear these remastered and without all the hiss and stuff like that. But, you know, if I had my choice, I'm going to listen to my original versus the reissue. Because it's again, it's the history, it's the atmosphere of it. It sounds better to me. I will enjoy it more than I will by listening to the reissue. You have to get them. You got to give them a try. Because you can't just say, hey, I didn't buy them because it's a dumb idea. Because that's dumb. So you need to like check them out and see if they're really worth your money or not. Or you could watch my channel and kind of get an idea. So both of these are worth, of course, they're worth owning, or the Beatles. So if you're newer into the Beatles, and you don't have a lot of the older stuff, and you don't really want to search for it, just go get this one. It's easy. Go to your local Joe's Records or whatever, and pick it up for 25-30 bucks and be done with it. But if you're like me, and you like the history and the atmosphere and knowing that some really excited fan was just waiting outside, waiting for the record store to open so they could rush in there. You got the new Beatles album? You know, and rush home so they call their friends, guess what I got? Then you want to get this one, you know? That's just so cool. So, in the end, are they worth it? Certainly they're worth it. Either version's worth it. It's the Beatles. You can't go wrong. They're a great listen. They're just awesome to have in your collection. So, head out, pick them up, enjoy them. So, again, Merry Christmas. Have a very blessed holiday. And I hope to see you here next time. Thanks for watching.